And there we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming on today. My name is Kathy Campagna. I am a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And I really appreciate you all taking the time to come and join us today to learn about one simple change that you can do to really take your health back and take your family's health back. We just came back from our Juice Plus conference and are more fired up than ever to really begin a healthy living revolution. We just, you all know people are, they're getting sicker, just there's so many health issues going on in our country. And rather than focusing on our healthcare system, we really want to focus on self-care. So today we're going to talk about one simple change and what we can do to make some changes in that. Uh-oh, hang on just 1 second. We got to do one thing here real quick. We're going to switch it to a slideshow. There we go. Okay, there we go. So what does good health mean to you? Is it like, I'm a grandma, I have 3 kids and 5 grandbabies. I want to have the energy to keep up with those grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? I want to have the health and the vitality to do the things that I want to do. I want to live a long life, but I want to have the health that goes with that. So, there's so many ways that we can, really help with our health, obviously, is, eating clean, eating healthy, having more energy, being fit, preventing disease. So it comes from so many different ways, but really it's just about taking charge and taking self-care and focusing on some of those things that we can change. There's a lot of things we can't change, but there's so many things we can. And healthy eating, exercising more, some of these lifestyle changes are things that are totally within our control. So the road to good health. I love this slide because I just love all the different color, veggies and fruits on there. But I thought this was kind of funny. I mean, we all know fruits and veggies are good for us, right? But they still keep researching this this fact. 150 doctors all got together and they did this huge research study. And they basically, what they did is they studied the studies. And bottom line, they came back and said that a diet rich in fruit and vegetables is the ticket. I mean, that's the key to good health. So I just think it's funny they spent all that probably time and money just to research the studies to find out what we already know, that fruits and vegetables are good for us. Why fruits and vegetables? What do they do? I mean, why are they good for us? I always love asking why. I'm like that little kid. Well, why? I love to research things and know the why behind the statements. And one of the main reasons why is oxidative stress. What happens to our bodies over time? It's the aging process, if you will. It's that oxidative stress. It's the wear and tear on our body. I like to think of it like rusting, like our body, rusting over time. And on this particular slide, whether you're calling in or if you're watching the video, but this particular slide shows an apple, and half of it is looking marvelous, and the other half is not looking so marvelous, right? It's a little brown. If you, for example, if you took an apple and just cut it in half and rubbed half of the apple with some lemon juice, that lemon juice side is going to be, not going to age as fast. And that's basically kind of what happens with our bodies. So, we need the antioxidants, and the antioxidants come from fruits and vegetables. So that's the key, that's the ticket. And if you want to, focus on your skin health, there's a beautiful picture here of this lady, with her beautiful skin on one side and a little bit aged skin on the other side. So if you're not so concerned about the inside of your body, but more the outside of your body, it's a win-win, right? So the more fruits and vegetables, the better for the inside and out. And basically it goes down to the cellular level. I get people ask me all the time, in regards to Juice Plus, well, what will I feel? And sometimes you don't feel anything, you don't feel prevention because a lot of these things are happening at the cellular level. But a lot of people do feel things, just having more energy and things like that. And being regular, that's always the number one thing people come back with. So many things, but I love just knowing that I've got Juice Plus running through my veins, if you will, through my cells, and from a point of prevention. And so a lot of people will turn to multivitamins or these supplements. So if you're taking any sort of supplement, you look at the bottle, turn it around. Does it have a supplement label or does it have a food label? If it has a supplement label, it's just probably not going to be as available to your body as food will be. And that's what I love about Juice Plus is that it's a whole food concentrate. So here on the slide, we're looking at a picture of an apple versus a multivitamin. And there's that we know of, at least at this point, there's over 400 phytonutrients, so plant nutrients in an apple. Okay, but you look at a multivitamin, and if you're lucky, you got maybe 15 or so, isolated man-made vitamins in a synthetic form, usually put together with binders, to make them hard so they don't fall apart in the bottle. So wouldn't it be so much better just to get your nutrients from food? Because look at all those things that you're going to be getting. You're not going to be getting those in a multivitamin. And there's way more. I mean, they're thinking that there's up to 10,000 new phytonutrients out there. So I'd much rather, invest in food than in a multivitamin. So I'm, really not an advocate unless you have a specific vitamin deficiency. And even then, I would tell you to up your intake of food, especially plants. So I love that. So, right, we know we need to eat them. What's the problem? We don't, right? Even though I know better and I eat primarily plant-based, I'm still not getting enough fruits and vegetables in my diet for one, to combat what's going out there as far as all the toxins in our environment, and then also to help prevent disease. So, that's just the bottom line issue. This says the majority of the U.S. population consumes less than 1 cup of fruit and 1.5 cups of vegetables daily. I mean, that's just not going to cut it. And that's why we're finding more and more disease, especially in our kids, diabetes, things like that, obesity. We're overfed and undernourished is what's happening. We're eating a lot of things we shouldn't be eating and not eating the fruits and vegetables to go along with that. So our family, we were introduced to Juice Plus it's been about almost 14 years ago now. It'll be 14 years in December that we were introduced to Juice Plus. And this just really helped us bridge the gap. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about the specific products, but here pictured, just because it's gorgeous, I have to talk about it, is the Tower Garden. The Tower Gardens were brought to our company, I kind of lose track of time, but I want to say it's been about 4 or 5 years ago. And they're an aeroponic vertical gardening system. There's no dirt in there. It's done with water and air. They're beautiful. You can grow them indoors, outdoors. You can grow up to 28 plants, veggie plants, herbs, in one tower in a 2.5-foot diameter space. So they're a gorgeous piece in your house. They sound lovely because you got the water running on your patio, or I have one in my kitchen. So I have an indoor and then I have 2 outdoor. Just a great way to really have control of your food supply. And next week at the same time, I will be doing a Tower Garden presentation. So go a little bit more in detail with that. But let's get into it with the Juice Plus. So this is what Juice Plus is. You can see all these beautiful fruits, veggies, and berries, all the colors of the rainbow. There's a reason we have all the different colors, and they work in different parts of your body systems. So, I get a lot of people that say, oh, I eat my fruits and vegetables. I don't need Juice Plus, right? And I ask them, well, what do you eat? And it's usually pretty much always the same sort of things for most people. They're eating apples, maybe oranges, carrots, maybe some broccoli, so you're gonna eat the things you like is the bottom line. You're gonna eat the stuff you like. But there's some of that stuff we don't like that we need to be eating. So I'm so grateful for Juice Plus because for example, I hate beets. I will never eat a beet, probably to save my life, maybe to save my life, but that would be about it. But I love knowing that they're in Juice Plus every day. And I love the Vineyard blend because there's so many of those dark berries and grapes that really aren't accessible, especially year round. And they're really, really expensive. So I just love knowing that we're getting this in our bodies every day. When we were introduced to Juice Plus 14 years ago, was when my husband, Rick, actually suffered from 4 massive heart attacks within a 6-month window. And, we thought we were pretty healthy. We thought we were eating well. He is very physically fit. He's a former Marine. He's an ex-cop. He looked really great from the outside because he was physically active. But on the inside, he was a mess, but we didn't know that. We didn't know the difference between being nutritionally fit and physically fit. We kind of tend to judge people from the outside, and that may not be what's going on the inside. So a dear friend of ours actually told Rick about Juice Plus, and it just made sense to him. He was like, great, fruits and vegetables in a capsule, sign me up, because he knew he wasn't eating them. So I'm just so grateful that he's had that, running through his body, all these years. I was more skeptical, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the science in a minute, but I was a little bit more skeptical, but I'm so grateful he had this. Also too, Rick is also an insulin dependent diabetic. He's been for over 25 years. He's considered a type 1 diabetic. And Juice Plus is a brilliant solution for diabetes as well. And for so many things, we all need the fruits and vegetables. It doesn't matter what you have going on in your body. But people that have chronic disease especially really need it. And I love that Juice Plus, and for diabetics specifically, is such a great solution because they can get the nutrients from all these fruits and berries, especially without the sugar, right? Because normally, Rick wouldn't be able to eat all these things. So I'm so grateful for that. So if you add in the complete shakes, and that's kind of where I came in because I wasn't buying the Juice Plus, the fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule, but I love the protein shakes. I've been drinking those shakes for, since they came out. And, well, I guess it's been about 14 years. I do either 1 shake or 2 shakes a day, every day. Most of my friends know I'm a chocolate, just crazy about my chocolate shakes. So I do chocolate, peanut butter, banana pretty much every day. If you add the shakes to your Juice Plus, you're getting like 35, well, up to 50, depending on what you're putting in your shake too, whole foods, but you're getting look at this beautiful picture of all these amazing things. And like, are you eating those every day? Right. Alfalfa sprouts, amaranth. I don't even know what amaranth is, so, but it must be good for us because it's in there. Pomegranates, pumpkin, all these beautiful things. So I just love that Juice Plus is so easy, convenient, affordable. I mean, it's less than $5 a day if you did, all 3 blends of the capsules, did your shake a day. I mean, really, you can't buy a cup of coffee for that and get all this nutrition. So it's such a beautiful thing. Here's the shakes. Like I said, I just love the shakes. They're so good. They come in chocolate and vanilla, so Dutch chocolate or French vanilla. They're low fat, they're low sugar, they're low glycemic. So like, for example, Rick, he drinks a shake every morning. Sometimes he does 2 shakes a day as well. And they've really helped him stabilize his blood sugar and start his day off right. They're gluten-free, they're vegan, and they're non-GMO. So I really, really appreciate that our company is always improving upon our products and always making sure we have the best ingredients and making sure that we're non-GMO is really important. We have plant-based protein blend of soy, and that's a non-GMO soy, chickpea, pea, rice, and then a really great fiber blend. And fiber is important, right? We got to keep things regular, keep things moving. So we got rice bran and apple fiber. And then there's all these amazing grains and sprouts like broccoli, alfalfa, radish, amaranth, quinoa, and millet. Again, keeping things regular, keeping things moving. We love that. I use mine as a meal replacement. Technically, we're not considered a meal replacement, but that's how I use it. And then here's your Juice Plus. It's 30 whole foods. Like I said earlier, it's got a food label. It's phytonutrients. It's just plant nutrients. Just think of it as food in a capsule. Non-GMO, dairy-free, and gluten-free. And also it's certified, NSF certified. And basically what that is, it's quality assurance labeling. And it's actually on the back of the bottle. If you turn them around, you'll see an NSF seal of approval. And basically what they're doing is they're checking to make sure what's on the label is in the bottle, and the things that we don't want aren't in there, like heavy metals, for example, or any other contaminants. So you want to know what's in the bottle is what's supposed to be there. I know they've done, they've rejected so many. There's very few people that actually get that seal of approval. And then the research. We're going to talk about the research. So that's what got my attention. Like I said, I was really, really skeptical about Juice Plus when we first started taking it. If you look at this particular slide, if you're calling in, I apologize, but you can go to the website and check that out. But there are research universities all over the world and facilities and hospitals that are researching or have researched Juice Plus. And I know, I don't even remember the exact number, so I'm just gonna say we have over 30 studies on Juice Plus. But you look at this list, University of Mississippi Medical Center, MD Anderson, it's like the #1 cancer hospital in the United States, Yale, UCLA for us in California, big universities that are researching Juice Plus and really, putting their name behind our product and, their integrity tied to us. So I love that. So what does Juice Plus show? It shows a lot of things, and this is just kind of the summary of what it shows. So I'm going to read these in case you're dialing in. But the research is immense, and it's top quality research. Almost all of the studies are gold standard studies, which is the best of the best for studies. But what Juice Plus does is it contributes to cardiovascular wellness, right? That's the door I came in because of Rick's health. What had happened is, when I was kind of doing my due diligence and checking out Juice Plus and looking at these studies, and I literally have read every study from cover to cover, which is really boring, but for me, it's very interesting. But during that time, I was looking at these studies and being skeptical about Juice Plus and not telling anybody about it. I lost my dad to a massive heart attack, and he was just 58 years old when he died, and he literally died an hour after eating McDonald's. And it was devastating. He's my only parent left. I'm an only child. So when I'm looking at these studies on Juice Plus, and especially the cardiovascular studies, and one of the studies is with Juice Plus and a high fat meal and what happens to our arteries and the protective benefit that Juice Plus has on the arteries, I knew I had to start telling people about Juice Plus. Like, I couldn't keep that in. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about doing a business. I was already, happy with what I was doing. But I knew everybody needed Juice Plus. And that study is what really got my attention. So you can check that out online and really get into depth in that. But so it helps with cardiovascular wellness, supports a healthy inflammatory response. And really what the science is coming out now is that pretty much every degenerative disease and autoimmune disease are inflammatory. They're based in inflammation and systemic inflammation. So, you don't just have, for example, like maybe oral health issues. If you have, gingivitis or something like that, if you've got inflammation in your mouth, you've probably got it in your body. So that was, honestly, looking back, probably the warning sign for Rick, because he had gingivitis pretty bad in his 30s. And then in his 40s is when he was diagnosed with diabetes. And then at 50, had the massive heart attacks. And now he's in, almost in his mid 60s, and he's healthier than he's ever been. So I'm really looking at reducing the systemic inflammation in your body is critical. Juice Plus also supports quality of life in ovarian cancer survivors. And that was a study done by MD Anderson, like I said earlier, #1 cancer hospital in the United States. I am so grateful for that we have a study on cancer. We all know somebody that's been touched by cancer. I myself am a melanoma survivor, so I love knowing that we've got science behind Juice Plus that shows what it does in cancer patients, specifically in ovarian. But we know it, again, you don't just have, say breast cancer, for example, you don't just have cancer in your breast. You've got cancer throughout your body. We need to treat the whole body, don't just treat that specific spot. So I think that's really important to point out. Juice Plus also reduces insulin resistance in overweight boys. That's an amazing study because, like I said earlier, we're seeing higher and higher occurrences of diabetes in our children. Excuse me. It also helps support lung health in smokers. So, we have, healthy people and not so healthy people. I love that about our studies, is that we're studying people all across the board, all throughout the world. And we're an international product. We're sold in over 20 countries. Excuse me. So I love that we're not just limiting ourselves to, one population. So from kids to, unhealthy smokers. It supports healthy skin and gums, like I talked about with your gum health, and talked about earlier with oxidative stress for your skin. Supports your immune health. And really your immune system's everything, right? If you don't have your immune system, like, you have nothing. This is the time of year I start telling my moms and dads and the kids to start doubling up their Juice Plus, because what happens, we've got Halloween coming just around the corner, right? And a lot of sugar starts happening, getting through the kids. The kids, their immune system gets down from that sugar response. And then the kids get sick, and then they bring it home from school, and then it's just pretty much dominoes all the way through the holidays. So keeping your immune system is critical. And even if if you're battling cancer, somebody's battling cancer, we've got to keep the immune system in balance, so the body can fight and do what it needs to do. And Juice Plus helps protect DNA. I mean, right? To me, like, you can't get any better than protecting your DNA, because that's where it all starts. And you can really, you think about it, if you of child rearing age, or you have, kids or grandkids, that are having babies, just think of what we can do as far as changing the DNA of the future. I think that's incredible. My daughter and my daughter-in-law both just recently had babies, and I just love knowing that they're Juice Plus babies. They've had that protective benefit, from in the womb. So I think that's cool. And then knowing that those babies are going to be taking Juice Plus because they don't have a choice. Grandma's going to make sure they get it for the rest of their lives, and what's going to happen to their children. So that's pretty cool. And like we talked about earlier, Juice Plus does reduce oxidative stress. Again, that aging process, the wear and tear on the body. And bottom line, it's absorbed by the body. It gets in there. We don't know that about vitamins. A lot of times, people talk about, having that bright orange urine. Vitamins a lot of times just pass through you, or they can build up toxicity in your body because they're out of balance with nature. So anyways, I love the science. You go to the Juice Plus website, or whoever invited you to this call, check out the research. It is the most researched nutritional product in the world, period. So, and one of my favorite studies that it's been ongoing for, gosh, I think it's been over 15 years now, is our Juice Plus Children's Health Study. Now we have over 1 million participants on this study. And basically how it works is for every adult order of Juice Plus, and that can be the fruits and the veggies or the fruits, veggies, and berries, you can sponsor a child in your life. It could be your own child, be a grandchild, niece, nephew, or a child that you're really close to. You can sponsor them and they get their Juice Plus fruits and veggies for free for up to 4 years. And, we have the Juice Plus capsules, but we also have the Juice Plus gummies, and those are delicious. I eat the gummies too. I do capsules primarily, but do gummies as a little sweet snack at night. But the gummies are great for the kids. So instead of doing a gummy vitamin, again, with isolated vitamins, why not give them, Juice Plus gummies with 17 fruits and veggies every day? And they taste good. The kids love them. So, and what we're doing is we're measuring these kids over time. We're doing a survey, there's a survey that comes along with your free product. And we're seeing how the kids are doing and how the parents are doing. And these are just some of the benefits. So if you're dialing in, you're not going to be able to see this visual, but bottom line, 96% are reaping some positive benefit. They're sick less often, they're consuming less junk food, drinking more water, missing less school. So, if the kids are missing less school, the parents are missing less work, right? So it's a win-win. And bottom line, we still go back to, it's just fruits and vegetables. It's simple. It's fruits and vegetables. We're not eating enough. We need more. And Juice Plus can help you bridge the gap. And I'm going to close with this statement. This is Dr. Richard Du Bois. He is a former president of Georgia Society of Internal Medicine, the Infectious Disease Society of Georgia, and the Medical Association of Atlanta. And he's been voted several times as the doctor's doctor. So, if you're a doctor and you got sick, who would you go see? And, they selected him as their doctor for his specialty of infectious disease. And this is what he says, and I think this kind of wraps it all up. And then we'll stop the recording and answer questions. But he says, after looking at all the research done on Juice Plus, I recognize that there is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been shown to do all those things in the human body. Isn't that amazing? So I just love that. So thank you guys so much for coming on. If you have any questions, hang on to the call. We'll answer some questions here in a second. But I appreciate you all coming on, and thank you very much. And take back our health, right? Let's do it.
Great job, Kathy. Thank you so much. Excellent.